Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're here right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And if you like this video, hit that like button as well. And of course, as I already mentioned, hit that subscribe button if you don't already subscribe to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. So, I want to talk about a free agent that's out there that I think could make an immediate impact. No pun intended. An immediate impact to Impact Wrestling. He's scheduled to make his GCW debut on July 8th. I'm talking about Richard Holliday. Richard Holliday, he's re-entering the world of professional wrestling after successfully battling cancer. Thank goodness. I prayed for Richard Holliday when he announced that he was going for cancer treatment. I believe it was stage 4 Hodgkin's disease, but he has successfully battled cancer. The cancer, from what I was reading, is in remission, and he's gotten himself into pro wrestling shape, and he's re-entering the world of professional wrestling. He's got a match, I believe, in June. Now he's set to make his GCW debut on July 8th, which is absolutely fantastic. It's going to be July 8th, GCW Cleanup Man in Hartford, Connecticut. And I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I think Richard Holliday is a fantastic talent, a tremendous, tremendous talent. Formerly with MLW, he no longer with MLW, is a free agent, and I think Impact Wrestling should jump all over Richard Holliday and sign him to a long-term deal. Richard Holliday has it. I know I say that for a number of wrestlers, but that's the truth. Richard Holliday has it. I think it was Bret Hart that says you have to look the part, you have to play the part, or you have to talk the parts, and you have to play the parts. Richard Holliday does all three. He looks the part. He's great on the mic, and he's a tremendous, tremendous in-ring talent. He had some absolute fantastic matches with Alex Hammerstone. They had a great feud in MLW, but no longer with MLW, is a free agent, and Impact Wrestling should take a hard look at Richard Holliday, because I think Richard Holliday could come in and he could be the top heel immediately. And I'm not talking about, hey, let's bring him into BTI. Let's put him on BTI against Crazy Steve or Heath or something like that. Let's see how well he does, but no, I'm talking about bringing him in, have him take out one of the top baby faces, and debut him as one of the top heels immediately. Give him the mic. Let Richard Holliday talk. Richard Holliday, again, tremendous talent. Impact Wrestling. It would be a travesty. It would be a travesty if Impact Wrestling didn't at least reach out to Richard Holliday, and they could have already reached out to Richard Holliday. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on, and it could have very well happened, but they should open up the vault. I'm not joking. They should open up the vault and bring Richard Holliday in, because Richard Holliday has superstar potential written all over him. And I say superstar potential. It's not a matter of when he's going to be a mega superstar. It's I'm sorry. It's not a matter of if he's going to be a mega superstar. It's a matter of when he's going to be a mega superstar. Because, like I said, he has all the tools to be an absolutely huge, huge star in the world of professional wrestling. He cuts a tremendous promo, as I mentioned. His in-ring talent is fantastic, and he just has a great look. He has a great persona. It would be an absolute travesty if we don't see him in Impact Wrestling. And again, I'm sure other promotions look at him. He could very well end up in the WWE, NXT. He could very well end up in AEW, Ring of Honor. He could end up back with MLW. But I'm hoping Impact Wrestling signs Richard Holliday to a long-term deal, because I think Richard Holliday would be an absolute tremendous addition. When Josh Alexander comes back, I'm thinking Josh Alexander against Richard Holliday would be an absolutely fantastic match. Sammy Callahan against Richard Holliday would be a great, great feud. You could put anybody up against. You could have him take on the Motor City Machine Guns. You could have him feud with Chris Sabin or feud with Alex Shelley. Would be absolutely fantastic. Any top baby face. I think Rich Holiday would be fantastic, and I really hope that we see Richard Holiday in Impact Wrestling very very soon. Like I said, he's making his GCW debut. He seems pumped about it. He spoke about it on social media, and somebody did mention, "Well, we hope to see you debut in Impact Wrestling soon." Holiday didn't respond to that, but I think. He could go to AEW. He could very well get lost in the shuffle there. He could New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong is a possibility. There's a lot of possibilities out there. But I think if he came to Impact Wrestling, he would be a top star immediately. Immediately, instantaneously, he could come in and be an absolute top star, and he's a future Impact Wrestling World Champion. Future Impact Wrestling World Champion, without a doubt. If he came into Impact Wrestling, he would be an absolute fantastic signing. Absolute fantastic signing, and I hope it happens. I hope it happens. I hope we see Richard Holiday in Impact Wrestling. Like I said, I spoke about Marshall and Ross Von Erich. They're available. I would love to see the Von Erichs come in. Love to see Richard Holiday come in. They would really, they would add so much to the Impact Wrestling roster. The Von Erichs. I don't want to get into the Von Erichs. I spoke about the Von Erichs. We're going to keep this Holiday mainly, but I want to say the Von Erichs would add such a great dimension, add a wonderful dimension to the tag team division, and Holiday would come in and be an instant star, top heel immediately, without a doubt, in my opinion, of course. So hopefully, Impact Wrestling, Scott D'Amore, they see that at Richard Holiday, and they bring Holiday in. Like I said, I don't want to see a BTI tryout match for Richard Holiday because he doesn't. He's beyond that, in my opinion. He's beyond that. He doesn't need a tryout match. They should bring him in immediately, and he should come in, cut a great promo like he can, and put the entire Impact Wrestling locker room on notice. That's what they should do. Bring in Richard Holiday. Impact Wrestling, bring Richard Holiday in. Please, he would be a tremendous addition to the Impact Wrestling roster. So we have there's a press conference. Let me pull it up here. There's a press conference coming up. It is Thursday, May 25th. There's going to be a press conference in London, Ontario. Under Siege press conference will be scheduled. Brian Myers, there's Santina Morella, Jason Hodge, John Schuyler, and Tyler Turver. And he said Tyler Turver will be discussing his future in professional wrestling. Now, all due respect, when I first read that, I'm like, do Impact Wrestling fans really remember Tyler Turver as the runner-up to Jackson Stone? I was speaking to BQ, and I had to remind him that Tyler Turver was the runner-up to Jackson Stone. But just is there really a fan interest? And just let me finish. I might sound negative right now, but there's a reason why I'm saying this. Is there any fan really interested? Impact Wrestling fan that doesn't live in Ontario that might be watching the press conference. Is there any interest in Tyler Turver and his future in professional wrestling? That was one of the things they were plugging the press conference. Tyler Turver speaking about his future in professional wrestling. Are people going to really tune in for that? So here's my theory. I think Tyler Turver is going to do that. I think they're hyping that. But I think Tyler Turver is going to announce that he's signed with Impact Wrestling. That's I'm calling it right now. Tyler Turver is going to announce that he has signed with Impact Wrestling. If that does happen, then that makes a whole lot of sense about Tyler Turver talking about his future in professional wrestling. And I say that because they announced two matches. For Tyler Turver. He'll be facing Jason Hodge. I believe. Let me pull it up. See if I can. Hope I didn't lose there. I know he's facing. Let me pull up his page here. I believe he's facing Jason Hodge I just want to get it right. So he's facing okay, it's on Friday, May 25th. I'm sorry, May 26th. Under Siege, he's facing Tyler Turver 101 against Jason Hotch. And then May 27th, Under Siege Fallout, Tyler Turver facing Brian Myers. So here is what I think is going to happen. Here is what I think is going to happen. As I mentioned, Tyler Turvers is going to I'm predicting he's going to announce that he has signed a contract with Impact Wrestling and he's now a part of the Impact Wrestling roster. Now he's having a match with Jason Hotch. He's having a match with Brian Myers. Call me crazy, but I think these are going to be tryout matches to make Tyler Turver another member of the Good Hands. I think Tyler Turver is going to join Jason Hotch and John Schuyler and be a third member of the Good Hands with Brian Myers. Brian Myers, the leader of the Good Hands. And I think Tyler Turver is going to join that faction. That's what I'm predicting. So if Tyler Turver doesn't announce that he has in fact signed with Impact Wrestling, and he announces that I got a few upcoming matches here in Ontario that I'm looking forward to. I'll be wrestling for Smash Wrestling, or I'll be wrestling for Destiny Wrestling. If he announces that, there's zero fan interest in that. Sorry, but if he announces that he is signed with Impact Wrestling, that's big. Tyler Turver, a great talent. Again, he finished runner-up to Jackson Stone. I think it was 2-3 years ago in the gut check competition. We haven't seen much of Jackson Stone, which is a travesty in itself. But I'm going to talk about Jackson Stone in a second. But I think Tyler Turver is going to announce that he signed with Impact Wrestling, and I think he's going to become a third member of the Good Hands. And I think that would be an interesting faction. Speaking of if it does in fact happen, okay. If it does, I don't know. I'm just making a prediction. If it does happen, I think that would be a very interesting little faction there. But speaking of Jason, why am I calling him Jason? Because I'm thinking of Jason Hotch. I got a picture of Jason Hotch right here. So, but Jackson Stone, here's a way to bring Jackson Stone in. Here's a way to bring Jackson Stone in. I say Tyler Turver announces that he's signed with Impact Wrestling, and he gets an opportunity. You got 3-4 weeks go by, you see Tyler Turver on Impact Wrestling TV. Jackson Stone comes in very upset and very angry with Impact Wrestling's management, and very angry, say with like Scott D'Amore, Impact Wrestling management, very angry that they're giving Tyler Turver the runner-up in the gut check competition. They're giving him an opportunity, and not Jackson Stone. And he comes in and he voices his opinion, and then he takes it out on Tyler Turver, and we get a Jackson Stone Tyler Turver feud. And Jackson Stone could bring in some he could team with Jack Price. You have Jackson Stone and Jack Price, another gut check winner, not really doing much, but put them. I think they were a tag team a few weeks back, but put them together as a team and let them feud with the Good Hands. Let's get a little undercard feud going. So Jackson Stone upset that Tyler Turver getting an opportunity, upset with Impact Wrestling management, comes in and takes it out on Tyler Turver, and we have a Turver Jackson Stone feud. I think that would work out fantastic. And I'm hoping I'm right on the Tyler Turver thing. I wouldn't mind seeing Tyler Turver signed to a contract with Impact Wrestling. I hope that's the announcement, because if it's not, then it really makes no sense to have Tyler Turver at the Impact Wrestling Under Siege press conference to discuss his future in professional wrestling. Okay, so Speedball Mike Bailey has made it to the semifinals of the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Juniors 30 tournament. It says two men have advanced to the semifinals. Speedball Mike Bailey and Titan have advanced to the semifinals of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Best of Super Juniors 30. Bailey, who finished first in the A block, punched his ticket after defeating Leo Rush on a final night of A block round robin action. Bailey finished with a 7-2 record and 14 points in the block. Titan finished second with 12 points in the block as well. So actually, Hiromu Takahashi was tied with so Hiromu Takahashi and Leo Rush were tied with Titan, but Titan defeated Takahashi and Leo Rush in the tournament, which is basically a tiebreaker, which makes him the second finisher. So Bailey and Titan move on to the semifinals. So Speedball Mike Bailey will take on the number 2 seed from the B block. That's been undetermined. And while Titan will face the number 1 seed from the B block. The B block top 2 will be determined on May 24th, and the semifinals will take place on May 26th, and the finals are set for May 28th. I was wrong. I picked Kushida, but I'm going with Mike Bailey. I'm going with Speedball Mike Bailey 100% to win this tournament. Mike Bailey has a victory over Hiromu Takahashi, who's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And if he wins, he gets a shot at Hiromu Takahashi, which will make it a very interesting match. So I'm going with Speedball Mike Bailey to win the entire tournament. But nonetheless, he's done a tremendous job. He's headed to the semifinals. Congratulations, Speedball Mike Bailey. And last but not least, we have two matches that have been two more matches. I've already announced Tyler Tirva versus Brian Myers at Under Siege Fallout. Also announced is Heath Miller versus Champagne Singh. And what's going on here? And I lost it. Where? Here we go. I lost the page. It just disappeared on me. Brought it back up. Heath Miller versus Champagne Singh. And we have Trey Miguel versus Bhupinder Gujjar have been announced for Impact Wrestling Under Siege TV taping on May 27th in London, Ontario. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that for now. Any news breaks, of course, hey, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Bye-bye.